I think this story is until the contract is signed is going to be the major headline. What do you think Edmonton does with Connor McDavid? Where does that go?
Oh man, I feel bad for the Oilers because this summer, the first week of July could not have gone any worse, right? They have to trade Evander Kane, they lose Connor Brown. They look like they've not been able to add any of the depth that they would have wanted. And it started maybe last year when they lost Holloway and Broberg, but this has not been good. So I think Connor McDavid will stay in Edmonton. The big thing for me is I don't think he would stay for much longer than a 2 or a 3-year deal. Like, Connor is still, in the prime, and will be in the prime of his career for the next 8-9 years. But he doesn't want to give that up and say all of a sudden, I have no control over that. So for me, I think Connor McDavid will stay an Oiler, but will probably sign a 2 or 3-year deal and say, okay, in 3 years, if it doesn't go the way I want, or if it doesn't go the way that we wanted as a team, then I have the option to just go somewhere else and chase a cup. Because we all know, I remember my first full year with the Buffalo Sabres. I had a couple of guys in the locker room sitting next to them, and they're like, Marty, I tell you, it goes fast. You think you're going to win a Stanley Cup in your first year, and you're in your last year, and you still haven't gotten a chance to win it. It goes fast. If you're Connor McDavid, you give yourself a little bit of time here with the Oilers, but after 2-3 years, if it's not happening, you're probably going somewhere else.
What do you think the number is? If he goes, like we had MJ on, Marty, and MJ was sort of making a case, sort of pretending he was McDavid's agent, saying, give me 2 years at $16 million a year, and I'll put you on the clock to make this team a contender, and then we'll talk in a couple of years. What do you think is the reasonable cap hit if he goes 2 or 3 years?
So next year the cap will be 103.5 or somewhere around that. So the maximum salary that he could make would be $20 million, right? Like 20%.
Exactly.
Yeah, like 20%. So it's not going to be $20 million, but I also don't think it will be 16. I have a number. I think $18 million is probably the number for Connor McDavid. I get it that maybe he says, okay, let's go to 16 so you have $2 more million to play with and bring in somebody, because he'll make it, right? He'll make it on another contract. He can go and chase the money. But at some point, you're going to say, hey, you know what? Like, I'm worth 8. He's worth 20. He's worth 20. Like, how much less are you going to take? I think 18 is the number, but I wouldn't be surprised if Connor McDavid does the Oilers a solid and says, I'll go to 16 on a 2-year deal. But that's coming with strings attached, that in 2 years, if it's not good, is bye-bye and I'm gone.